everyone. Yes, it sounds like it's raining. It is the air conditioner on. Welcome, everybody. I am Monster to Mermaid, and this is Minecraft with the Minecolonies mod. We're actually listening to, yay, the rain just stopped. The air conditioner went off. We're listening to Adrift, which is Vincentius Primus's piece behind me talking. And I am curiously right back where I started at the beginning of this city. We started with the town hall, and hold on for a second. I have to cough so early. And this is the town hall for the underwater sanctuary, an underwater sanctuary in the glacial seas for the druids. And this is a sanctuary built by them, for them. Oh, now there's a real storm. And I'm going to have to interrupt myself and go find some place to sleep for a moment. Why don't we just go to the tavern and take one of the tavern rooms for a moment. This is the front desk of the tavern right here. And right here it goes up to the rooms. And why don't we go ahead from here and take this room? Yes, this looks like a beautiful room. We'll sleep here. Why are we sleeping? Because thunder leads to lightning, and lightning can start fires. So yeah, this is the tavern. I have always, when I've played Minecolonies, gotten to a point where I couldn't do anything anymore because Minecolonies moved on to the next iteration, to the next what do you call it? Upgrade. So this hasn't happened this time, and so I have loads of time to do all sorts of things. Like, for instance, these tavern rooms only have beds in them and nothing else. And we could come in right now just for the fun of it and just furnish them. Why don't we do that? Okay. So let's start. It's morning. Let's start with, and everyone's going to go to work. There are over 180 people living here. Bless you, whoever that was. Oh, someone's sneezing. And so there are lots of people doing all sorts of jobs. Let me see what this is. Is this mangrove? Yes, it is. Okay, so let's do some mangrove furniture. Let's get, oops. There's the hotel. So this is going to be a little bit repetitive because we're going to have these pieces in all the rooms. And the rooms all seem to have black. So let's look at lamps. There are already lamps in the room. And I don't know that I necessarily want a reading lamp, but usually hotel rooms, rooms that people are using usually have more than one light. We could try Paladins. I've never had any of Paladin's lamps, I don't think. And Valhelsia, we love Valhelsia's lamps, but they look very homey. And these are Adorn's lamps up here. And let's try, there's one other place that we can go. We can try, I think there is, but they would need Macaw's lamps can be placed as a separate lamp. MrCrayfish's lamps would need electricity, which would kind of be fun. just for the fun of it, having electricity in here. That would be interesting. Let's look at that for a second. Let's see what I want to do with this. So we need a chest here. And this is MrCrayfish's lamps. And they look like that. And this is Adorned lamps. And isn't that interesting? Yeah. I think MrCrayfish's lamps are the correct size. So if we do those, we're going to need electricity. And if we need electricity, we'll have to decide where we can put it that is not obtrusive. And I think that's what's going to happen. Okay, so here and here. Let's do that. Now, I think I might move these away from the beds, put them like in a corner over here, like there's a chair or something sitting here. Whoops, bonky. There we go. And sit that light there. And then maybe have a desk or something. We could have clothes here and sort of like a desk, a single desk right there. This looks like where we should have the cabinetry, doesn't it? Right here. So I might take this away again because maybe we want the cabinetry to be here. Let me see what this wall looks like. I've got my mouse is on a cord and it's going to be a little weird today. I forgot to plug it in. Plug it in. And so it's on a cord. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And this is how it begins. This is how we do it. Let's see what's behind here. It brought this out, but I don't know that I like that. The idea of that. I don't think I do. So, I wish I had an idea. Let's think. All of these are pretty similar. And this one we'll be able to put in both nightstands here. And let's take this lamp and this lamp. There we go. And that light is over on this side. And these are mostly decorative, these windows, because there's ice, but look at this one. This one actually has a small view right here. And we could make that clear if we wanted to and let them have a view of the area. And let's come in here. So we have done this one. We have this one done. And let's go to this one. So we have a couple large rooms. These are hotel. This is the tavern, so these are the hotel rooms in the tavern. And that's as far as we've ever gotten. So let's come here and let's know that we need a generator. Now there's a white generator. We could put a white generator in the ceiling. Underneath. We'd have to be able to see it somewhere. So if we put it in, why don't we do something different here? Let's take this out for a second and let's put in the generator right here. So there's a generator. And then let's hang something down from there. Chain. And what kind of lamp? Let's go to lamps. We have paper lamps, and we maybe could use a paper lamp in this area here. So let's look. There they are. We could use the gray since that seems to be a theme through here. So let's do a chain. Click. And there's the end of it, I think. Let's see, there it is. And we can still reach that. So let's turn it on. Let's put some fuel in. And that's what that's going to look like. Okay, good. Let's put some fuel in for a second. And we don't need these guys right now. Take that away. We're using this one, so we don't need that. These are in the room, and those are in the room also. And let's go to wrench. E-N. There's the wrench that we need to connect them. And let's go to get some power. So we're going to take a couple of these and put them in. That's a good amount. So we can put those in the generator. And now the generator is fueled. And then with the wrench, we can connect all the lights together. Connect that one. Connect this one. This light here. Let's connect this one. Here. Went on. And then this one here. This one here. You can see some of the electricity lines in some other areas. All right, now when we put the wrench away, that goes away. So, if we want the lights to stay on all the time, it would have to be like this. So if we don't want them to stay on all the time, we'll have to reconnect them. We'll have to connect them differently. So we're going to, I just realized that I'll have to connect them. Can I disconnect them? No, I can't. So we'll have to do it differently. So let's take them all away. The lights are going to be on all the time, and I don't want them to be on all the time. So that means we'll have to have a place in each room, like a real hotel, where all the lights are connected. So that means we need a switch, IT, and we'll use the white ones this time. This is MrCrayfish's pieces. Let's put a switch here. That means I'm supposed to drink something. Hold on for a second. We did see that light change. I'm just drinking fruit juice this morning. Let's put a switch here, a switch here, and a switch here. Now that's the way we were supposed to do. And now let's put the lights back in. Let's put one there, one here, one here. Let's put one here. And one here, and one here. This is going to be interesting because part of me is going to go, well, what do you want to do? Are you going to actually have both lights on, all three lights on, or just have one light on in the room? That's a good question. I think I'm just going to have one light on if the light goes on by that light there. In each of the rooms. We'll do it like that. How do I feel about this room here? if we bring this back, yeah, we really can't. We'll leave it the way it is. All right, so now let's take the wrench. And the way this works is the wrench attaches to the light switch. Winky. Here. That's all for light switches. And that's perfect. Then we can take the light switch and attach it to the light. So here, I'm just going to attach to one in each room. Let's attach it to that one over there. And so now each room has a light attached. And so let's take surrounded by a smell. Very curious. Suddenly a smell very strong. Now this is, oops, wait, we can't do it that way. We have to do it like this. We're just going to put the wrench in one of these drawers. And here we go. So the light is on now in this room. And let's move this over to here. To this corner. You know, the way hotels have more than one light in a room. So we'll put that one there. And that light is on now. We'll turn it off. And so there's that part. That's the easy part. The hard part is, do I want to put closets in? And if I do, how do I want to do them? Let me get a sponge for a second. I'm going to get a sponge from my backpack. And just to make sure there's no water behind here, and there isn't. Look at that. So there's hardly any wall there. And let's sponge this just to make sure. Sure enough, there's definitely water. We could bring this back in this section on both sides. Let's do this one. This one's dry. Oops, wait. Oh, shoot. And then I didn't do the one that actually did have the water in it. Now this one's open, so we'll close that. And let's come to here. We'll close this one also. Let me see if... There we go. Okay. Because I think this is the best place to put them. So I want to put them here on both sides. So let's do the floor. I guess that's okay. I don't like this anymore, so we'll take this away. And this section's right here, and everything else is fine. That's leaking, I know. We can fix it in just a minute. Actually, we can fix it right now. Putting those pieces in. And then let's put, I need another piece right here to make sure that that's not going to leak. I need it to be back here. So when we put this in, this is going to leak here. Because we're going to stick this into the wall. this out. I'll put flooring right here. And behind here. We definitely need wall to be here. And there we are. Alright, so there's the closet on that side. Let's look at this. Do the same. The water coming in. And there we have that. Okay, so here we need, remember that piece that we took out of the hallway? Shoot. Now I need one of those. But I think I'll just do glow. We can do glow quickly. Ooh, we haven't done this part yet. Hold on. What room are we working in? We're working in this one. See right there? Let's do glow. Glow is easier to get than sea lanterns, so we'll do glow. And there is water behind there, so we're going to sponge it for a minute. And then we'll put the glow in right here, and then we'll put this on top just to light up this section a little bit. Make it not as dark. And now we need closets. So we're using wardrobes. And for these, let's go ahead and use the double door. Double doors. What don't I need right now? I don't need the light switch. The lamp. We probably will need the glow again. So we'll just hold on to those two for right now. As we put in the closets on both sides. And there we have it. And on one side we can do a chest, like someone's staying here. Put a chest up in the top, right here like that. So that's where they put their luggage. And then we'll come back and do the tables in just a minute. But let's do the closet area first. I'm good with that. If we wanted, we could put something up there. What could we put there? Let's look at Handcrafted for a minute. See if we can get an idea for something. This is Handcrafted. We can look and see. There's something we would like to put there. Let's look at Beautify. Let's see if there's something we would like to put there. Not really. Not really. All right. So we'll just leave it empty for now. And there we have it. So now, these rooms and the people who are staying in these rooms are fascinated by the fact that they're underwater and that they're in a glacier. And so that's kind of the way we're looking at these places. So if we did the same with this room, we can. We could put it right here. And not have this window be right here. I think I like the idea of that. So let's do this. Take that away. And we'll put the closet right here in this corner. This on both sides. So let's do, there shouldn't be anything here. And same here. There really isn't anything here except the glacier. So they can see the glacier from the single window. It's like, oh, look, it's cool. Look at that. You can look outside and you can see the glaciers. And we're going to turn these this way, I think. I think that's actually quite interesting. Let's turn these this way in this room. And we'll have them be there like that. Now, do I need in this room another piece, another something in this corner for light? We might have a desk which has a light on it, so we'll wait that till we get desks done. So there is this room. It has its, and now let's come to here. This one has its, and then we can do the same thing with this one. We can take that part out and put in a piece here. Now this is the one that actually does have a view. I don't really want to take that view away. Let's see what's here. And this is the other room right here, so we can't do that. On this side, we definitely, yeah, see, both sides have the view, have an actual view. So if we put something here, yay, look at that. So we have two blacksmiths. We have Amanda, who is counselor blacksmith, and then Leonard, Leonardo, who is the other blacksmith. We don't have three blacksmiths? Why don't we have three blacksmiths? That's curious. I'm gonna have to check on that. So look at that. Look at having the window be more available right here, especially because it can be seen through on both sides. And where it can be seen through, we're going to put in clear glass here. We're going to use chipped glass. Zaf. Kalimera, Zaf. Hello. Welcome. Daylight savings went into effect in the United States today over the entire country, and so we sprung forward an hour. And and yeah, we have some bright sun behind us. We actually do today, which is really good considering that 2 days ago we had severe thunderstorms and a tornado watch. An actual tornado warning, not just a watch, a tornado warning. It was really quite wild. Let's go. It's afternoon where you are? Yeah, and it's 9:30, almost 9:30. Central Daylight Time where I am today, and today is Sunday, the 8th of March, 2026. And Zaf, I'm going to be interviewed on Twitch tomorrow night, Monday, March 9th, at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And it's going to be on YouTube on Big Frog Records. Big Frog Records is Big Frog is one word, and they have a channel on YouTube, and going to be by friends of Drone Hands, his partner Desiree, and another friend of theirs, Rose. They have a podcast, and they're going to actually interview me, which is going to be kind of fun. And we're just going to chat and talk about stuff. So yeah, so that's happening. Let me do one thing here. I was going to get something clear glass from chipped glass. Let's do clear glass to make a differentiation between the windows that can be seen through and the ones that can't. So we're going to change this out and make it clear. And it looks like that. And there we go. So they can actually see and go, ooh, look, there's city over there. And so we'll do this on this side also. Now this top piece here, I'm going to take this away for a minute. This is going to be a problem, but I think I can take it away from here. And why don't we take that piece right there, and then we're going to put in a piece of concrete on top, put that concrete back in. So that one's okay, and then keep it from dripping. Let's come over to this side. This one already has the concrete there, and that iceberg is fine in that location. They both have it. And now let's come here. How are you? How are you doing? It's nice to see you in chat. I'm just having fun working on the tavern and giving it. And there we are. So should I put these in the wall? Yeah, I probably need to. Why don't we put these in the wall right here? So the only way to do this is going to be messy, but we're going to have to do it like this. Yep. Let's see if we can get a piece. I should have started with the bottom piece, but that's okay. We're going to come here. I need a piece of panel. No, not from here. From here. We'll do something complicated. Piece of panel right here. Ooh, it's the only one that I have. Let's come outside and let's go here. Whoops, I didn't need that. Let's come here and do a piece. Nope. Right here. Nope. There. And then this piece here. And I have to do it from the inside now. So from here, let's stop, swim. Okay. And there we go. All right. And this piece, which is underneath these three, we're going to make it all the same color under the bed, even in this section right here. Can I get down there and reach that? I think I can reach that. There we go. Okay. That's on that side. This side, do the same. I'm just gonna, oh, I hit one of the beds. Luckily, it was just a bed. I can put it back, I think. Oh, there we are. Okay. So I'm putting in things for them in these hotel rooms. I'm okay with that. I'm wondering if I should put this up higher. That one's up the whole way there. Oh, this can be up the whole way. We just need this piece to be here like this. Up to there. And put in a piece of solid right here. Right? Oh, stop. Okay. Now I'm floating. There we go. All right. Do I have a water source in the room? No. Good. Okie dokie. So now we can put the closets here. So there's a closet there. And we would have to do the same on this side. So let's do that now. Look at this. Look at this location. Look at where they are. This is the shopping center here. This is actually one of the little shops right here. I didn't realize that showed. Let's get one of these for a second and put right here like that, and then we can put white ones under here. Let's put right along this part. There. Okay. Let's go back to the room that we were working on, which is flooded. And let's come over to here and let's do another piece of floor. And then we can put these on the sides. I'm just kind of using this as therapy, Zaft, because there's a lot of stressful stuff going on right now. One of the parents is not feeling well, and it involves a lot of pain, and that is very stressful. It's very stressful watching when people aren't feeling well, and when they're in pain. It's worse. It really is worse. And so that's one thing. Then the country has lost its mind, and so that's another thing that's really kind of difficult to deal with. And so all of those things are happening at the same time, and that requires some self-care. And this is how I care for myself. This and skating, that I come to this place where there's peace. Where there is peace. There, see, we can turn the light on in the room. And one of the beds is missing. I forgot about that. Thank you. There we go. And let's go and get the blanket, because I know I picked up that blanket. I sure did. Let's put the glass here for a second. We'll put the blanket on the bed. There we go. And so this is better. Let's come here. This one has them. This one has them. This one has these turned sideways, and this is the last one here. And we'll do this one. Yeah, that is so interesting. I'm very aware of a smell, and it's very curious. So when I get done, I'm going to have to see if I can find it and do something about it. Yeah, it's very odd. It's odd that it's so strong and so noticeable. That's the thing that's odd. All right, so in this one, if we wanted, we could do what we did with the other one, the other room. In this room, we can do what we did with the other room. And put them here up. It's not going to work. I don't know that I want to do that. I don't know. I'm afraid that my Greek lessons have suffered a little bit probably want to put it here. Whoops, I did open that without putting the sponge in. Sponge out of there. And let's open this side. Let's do it here. So that means doing the same thing here that we did on the other one and taking these pieces out from underneath the bed and making all the floor gray. I know. Hospital here. It's a lot of stressful experience. Yeah. There's a lot going on that just is very difficult to live with. And not just a lot of it, some of it has to do with the country, but some of it just has to do with our family, members of our family in crisis as far as health is concerned. And it's unfortunate. Some of it could be avoided with a better healthcare system that takes care of people better. Let's turn this light on so that there's a little bit more light in here. I apparently got rid of the lamp that's supposed to be in here. So let's get this lamp and put it back in this room. And we can put it over in this corner right here. Anticipation of something. So that's what this room looks like. So every room is kind of has a little bit of a thing of their own. This one here actually has a view. And so we are letting them be able to see out. This one does not. And so it has decorative. They're looking at glaciers in this room. And we can turn the light off here. This light is on. And so now all we need is the desks. There are aspects of health that aren't considered. One of the things that happened with my stepfather-in-law is that he had a procedure done at the hospital and they didn't do a follow-up look at him before they let him go. And they didn't get it all. They didn't get it all. And so he has had another week, which is really unfortunate because when he came home, he felt wonderful because they had partially solved the problem, but then what caused the problem was still there, and then they haven't fixed it yet. And time has gone by, and that's the thing that happens. So much time has gone by, and it's really sort of a shame to have someone, suffering so much. So we're going to put a comfortable chair. Do hotel rooms have comfortable chairs? Kind of. Sometimes they have couches. This looks like a place where the desk should be. And so let's look at a desk that we're going to put in. And so what do you do when... And then there's the generation thing where the parents are 93 years old. So their generation is that the doctor knows best. And if the doctor's not saying anything, then, you know, what can I do? And it's like, but now, because there's so much stress in hospitals, because hospitals are under such stress, there's so many sick people. You have to doctor yourself to some degree, and that can be a problem, because if you misdiagnose yourself, in other words, you say, I think it's this, and the symptoms kind of match, and then it's not that, but they treat you for that, and then the thing that you needed to be treated for, they didn't do. It's really a hard place for doctors, a hard situation for doctors to be in at this particular point. Let's look at desks for a second. Why don't we we'll look and see how this desk looks. There's the desk drawer. Do I need these pieces right now? These are in the room, so we'll let them be. These we need, all these three. Let's put this here. Let's get a chair. What kind of chairs do we want to put at the desk? Why don't we just use MrCrayfish's mangrove and make it all matchy-matchy. All right, let's see what this looks like in here. Okay, that's all right, actually. We have that, and that works. And now the question is, you know how hotel rooms are lit up? We actually need another light right here. The question is a light that turns off and on, and that's a problem. We can have a stool right here. Let's look for stools. And we can put a stool right underneath that, right at the doorway there, like that. And then here we can kind of have some kind of chair here, like a comfy chair, just a comfortable chair, sofa. Let's do a big comfortable sofa, and let's do a black one, or a gray, the dark gray, preferably than the black. The black is really strong, but the dark gray is perfect. And this room is done. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so that room's done, and we're happy with it. I know, should I do a rug? Should I do a carpet? Should I do a carpet in this room? Inquiring minds want to know. We'll close that door. And here. Let's see how much room we have on both sides. Yeah, this is kind of the same. So we'll put the chair here, and then we'll put the desk piece here, and we'll put a stool right here. I want it sideways. And then let's put a chair here. Now, above the desk, we can have the thing that they always have in these rooms, and that is TV, but we'll do it after we get the desks in all the rooms. And we'll see. Jelly bean! Jelly bean! Hello! Welcome! How are you? Let's trade sides here. Let's put this one over here and take this down. This is a hotel, so you know how hotels are. So we're going to make it exactly the same. On this side, we can have the chair be... I think I'm going to have the chair be here. It's so nice to see you, Jelly. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put the chair right here like this. And the stool here. Or should we do it the other way around? Yeah, let's put the stool there. And then let's put the chair here. And there you have it. How are you? How is Cole? How's Cole doing? And that one's done. This one is not done. One more time. It's just a hotel. So that's why it's all going to be pretty similar. Other way around. Oops. Oops. No. There we go. And then the chair right here. This one has a chair here too. And the stool right here. And that's good. Okay, so we have that. And this one is done. There's the stool. I can see the stool. So all 4 of them are done. Good. All right, so all of this goes away. And we need that to go away. Let's take the sponge and put it back. Let's put back the panels. And these things can go back into the library. And let's see. Hotels are sterile. It looks warm and inviting. Well, it's a tavern. Why don't we say it's a tavern? And so we're making it a little more like a Airbnb or like a bed and breakfast or something. Taverns are kind of like bed and breakfasts. And these are the 4 rooms that they have upstairs. And now we just need TVs. So let's come here. We're going to put these back into the library and we're going to look at paintings. And see. Paint. Paint, paint, paint. What we need is a 2x1. And there we have them. French. Ooh, let's look at French. Let's look at autumn. But I think we're going to go for the traditional ones, which are Christopher's traditional ones. Seaside and sunset. And let's look and see what we've got. Let's see how they look over top of this desk here. There's one. And that's perfect. Let's come over here. We could use the same one. We'll see. There we go. And let's look here and see. Oh, that's a painting. No, I don't want that TV. There's one more TV that's missing. Let's go back to paintings for a minute. I don't want the pool. Now I know what the pool is. French is too many paintings, which would be a painting. Let's go back to paintings for a minute. We're getting Christopher, the original Christophers, because they look like we've used them all along as televisions. And we want a television here. So there's one Christopher. We have the seaside. Sunset Dense. Is that the one that I just put in? Hold on. And then let's come down. One more. 2x1. Cool. Okay, that didn't move. Let's come here. 2x1. 2x1. Wait, I don't want 2x1. I thought there's one more of the creepits. Must be up here. There it is. It's this one. No, that's the pool. No, I don't want that one. What did that say that was? 3. Seaside, sunset, and sunset. So, shoot. Okay. Let's see. And let's come here. Paintings, INT. It's wonderful having both of you here this morning. And Jellybean, you saw that Desiree and Rose on Twitch, Iridescent Rose, are going to, we're going to have a chat together on a podcast on Twitch tomorrow night, and which will be very fun. Let's do 2x1 again. Let's go up to 2x1. And I'm looking for one more Christopher. I think this is it. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's take that down and put this here. No, let's take that down and put this here. Why do I keep getting the same one? Does it just have different names? So there's that one. It's saying it's that. This is seaside and this is sunset. All right, you know what? This is becoming a thing. So if this is going to be a thing, we're just going to put the same thing in all the other rooms. That solves that problem. All right, dun 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 dun. So these are the tavern rooms upstairs in the tavern at Arnaaluk. And this is the quarters, the rooms part of the tavern. And there is the front desk right here. It's very, very, very modern, very sleek. And then you go upstairs to the rooms, and then around the corner is the little bar where you can come and you can see fish in the huge aquarium here, and you can sit at the bar. You can sit in the bar area, the dining area of the bar. And that is what we were looking at. The morning here, you hear that? That's the air conditioner going on. That rain sound all of a sudden, or white noise. Jelly, did I miss you telling me how Cole is doing? Did I miss that? Let's come here. All right. So we now, Jelly and Zaf, we now have 187 people. Yesterday, we actually invited another druid, wanted to be rescued, and we invited them to stay, and they are in orientation at the university, and pretty soon they will take a job. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Cole is good. Getting his nose into trouble and freaking you out temporarily. Getting his nose into trouble, that reminds me of when I was a kid. Our dog, our dog whose name was Husky, actually got stung by, it was probably a bee or a wasp or something, but his nose blew up into a big, all swollen It was so sad. At least we hope it was that, and that he wasn't, you know, he got over it, but I'm sure it was uncomfortable for him for a while. You're saying nose getting into trouble. That just reminded me of that. It's swelled all up. All right, how long have we been here doing that? We spent an hour doing that. So we were looking at the number of people that we have, and that's because we got some new kids. We got 6 new kids came in to be adopted, and one of them works right here. Hi.
Fine afternoon, isn't it?
Hi, William. What you doing? What you guys doing? Are you waiting for the new kid? Are you waiting for Blood? Blood is one of the new kids. She just graduated, and she's the first one to get a job, and because she has been interested in building, and she has started. So she is working on a new guard tower that we're putting in this area. This is one of the this is one of the older areas. This is the visitors shopping center, and we're going through several of the shops back to the housing for the people who work in this shopping center. We have 3 apartment buildings in this area for people who work in this area. And right here is a new tower. So there's a missing tower on this side, so that people can see out. And I think the reason why the tower didn't get done in the first place was because there's actually a tower right here. This tower is inside the glacier, but we needed at the time a druid to watch over the mystic site. And this is Lily, and this is her place. And there really isn't any neat reason for the tower use. So she uses this for her sleeping, and this upstairs is, they can't see out. So this is essentially just a comfortable place for her to be. And since it's just for her comfort, and since she essentially is in a situation where she doesn't get to go that often to get food and stuff, she's on her own most of the time, Lily here. We're going to give her a little bit more up here for as a place where she can get food and do things like that. Now all of this equipment has to do with this tower being on the outside, but it's not on the outside. So we're just going to give her a little room up here with a desk and a chair and a little place for a little microwave and some things like that for her. So let's start with counters, which are drawers. Let's do drawers, W-E-R. And I do every once in a while, Jelly and Zaf, I see things done by other people and it's like, gosh, I'm so conservative sometimes. I can be super conservative about places. And it's most interesting when I see other people and it's like, oh, that's so cool. That looks so neat. That really does. What they put together. And then I think, oh, I'm going to do something like that. And then I don't. I don't really. So we have this part here. We're going to do the traditional desk. Do I need that? Do I want to have lamps? If I want to have lamps, I might need that. We'll keep this the way it is. Notice this is only partial. Right here we did do some things. She doesn't want a lot of stuff. But up here we can give her a little bit more. So since we're in this area, let's do the microwave. And Paladin has a nice one, but we'll see which one works the best. Whether it's going to be MrCrayfish's right here or Paladin's. Let's do Paladin's. And then let's get some service. The pipe looks like some sort of heater. It does, doesn't it? It looks like it should be there. Service. Let's go to... Let's just go to Handcrafted. It's easier to find the dishes down here if I go there. Let's give her... let's give her a white set. We're just going to put a white set here for her. There's hers. Now you can't put stuff on these dishes. You can actually put food on the dishes. We could put pizza. There is pizza slices from MrCrayfish, furniture, and there's also pizza from, of course, Minecolonies. Let me see what the piece looks like if we put the piece on. It looks like that. Let's have that be there. So that's on this side. This is where you come upstairs. Let's have a place for, let's have a yoga mat right here. Let's do a yoga mat. Carpet? Let's come to, what color do we want? There's lots of red up here. So we could do pink. We could do purple. Or with the red, we could do yellow. It's more zen, probably a blue. Yes? We'll do a blue mat right here in that corner, and then over here we can have the desk. And have a desk. Now we're not going to have as big a desk as the others. Let's come here and let's do desk. Let's just do one piece. Let's do a chair. Let's come down to MrCrayfish's chairs and pick a matching chair. Now, for the others, we've given them a really soft chair in this area, and I think I'm going to do the same for her. The other tower druids have a lazy boy kind of chair up here, and we can do that for her as well. Let's make it gray, and we'll put it right here. And the table there, and then I'm not so keen on it now. Let's see if I want to do the, what's it called? Cartographer. There we go. Let's do the cartographer table. Ooh, that's good. So now we can see some books. We can see some other stuff. We can see some drawers. There's some drawers here. And she's got some things going on. If we want a place up here for her to sit and eat, we could put a little table right here. Another little table, but not the desk table. Let's put one of these. This table right here. Let's put that table in. And let's get a little stool rather than a chair. We'll use this one, and we can have it sit right here. Sit sideways, and there we have it. Okay, and then down here, I can't leave this. So let's take this away for a minute. Let's take this away. And let's come here and let's put in, what oak are we using? This looks like oak, and it is oak. So let's make all of these things go away for a second. And let's get books. Let's get an oak. There's a stripped oak shelf, bookshelf. Let's get a lamp. Now, a lot of the others have the lamps that go with. We could do that, or we could do one of Adorn's lamps. It's been very curious, this feeling, having something going on here in regards to some sort of event. Is that too big? That's so big. It's a shame. Adorn's lamps are just too big, which makes us end up putting in MrCrayfish's lamps. Those are too big to go in on a dresser beside the bed. It just makes it look like you can't put anything else there. That's Paladin's. We try Paladin's and see if it's how it is. So this is the one that we just, wait. That was Paladin that we said was too big. And Adorn, I think it's going to be too big. And the frilly ones I don't want to use here. And so I need to go down to here, to MrCrayfish, and see this one. So the lamps, Macaw's lamps are too big to go on the table. This is that lamp, sure enough. And then this is Adorn's lamp. Wait. Right there. Adorn's lamp isn't too bad. So we'll do Adorn's lamp there. And we can take this out and make an actual desk piece right here. We'll leave her flowers, and we'll leave this area right here. Let's take the flower, let's get a desk. And we're using these pieces. Why don't we go ahead and come down to the same kind of desks down here. There we go. Oh, there's a warning. Sometimes when you go thrifting and the lamp you like is too big, but it's still a nice looking lamp, so you get it anyway. I can understand that. That does happen. So this is an oak. Where's the oak one? Oh, there it is. There's the oak, and then the table that goes with it. Let's look at these two. Okay, yes, we'll do that. So the chair is there for the desk, and she's got that. Don't really have anything that I want to go there. It seems like there should be some lamp in that area, but all the lamps that I have that I'd like to have, simply light, they don't go off. These lights don't go off. I wish they did. But they don't go off. So it would be a light sitting here. Like this. Is that true that they don't go off? Oops. Wait, go here. Yeah, they don't go off. So, yeah, so we'll just leave it. Just leave it for now. A wall lamp, I know. But there actually, it's sad that there actually really isn't. The only thing it's such a missing piece. So see, this hanging lamp here is probably one of the most amazing lamps. This Beautify hanging lamp, but I'd have them everywhere. Everyone would have them. But as you can see from the lamps, they're all sitting like that. I suppose we could do a lantern. I wish there was a way where we could say, now these macaws, they're too big. They're just too big. Let's see what it would look like. Although, ooh, that doesn't seem that big right now. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Let's take the flower away from here. I like that. And it does turn, oops, it does turn off and on. Yay. You know, that looks like it's different. That looks like it's been fixed. The yellow one, you mean this one? Yeah, that one's so pretty. But I want them to be, there we go. That works. Oh, good. All right. These used to be so big that I didn't like using them, but they've gotten smaller. See, this one's kind of big. This one's still big. But that one being that size is good. Yeah. Cool. All right, so there's her lamps. And so since we took her flower away, we don't need this part. We'll let her have that. But right over here on this table, or a drawer, is she gonna get an extra something? So that we can put the lamp, why don't we use this table here? Just a little table right in this corner. So we can give her back her plant. Yay! Because it's too close to the lamp, so I'm going to give it its own space over here. Flower. And that was a lily, wasn't it? Yes, it was. It was a lily. And so we're going to put it right here on this table right here. Like that. And there we go. Now, if we wanted to do something here, this is the floor upstairs. It is not. Good. So what we can do here is low. No, that is something there. Let's put this glow in right here. But I want to cover it. So I'm going to do white. Let's look at our panels for a minute. Let's go to here and look at panels. We could do the white. I think it's just going to look like there's a hole in the wall. We could cover it with a trapdoor. Let me see, just as an experiment, what this looks like. Okay, I actually like that. That looks like that's a special light there that she's got for her favorite plant right there, and I like that. And now, since there's only one other thing in here, let's make these go away for a minute. We'll put these all back in the library because we're going to get let's put these in the backpack because these have to be made with a cutter, so that's why we're holding on to them. And gotcha. And so, do you notice that I'm not as concerned with the food? We've gotten to a point with food where people are pretty satisfied, where we have enough, the restaurants have enough food to feed people, and the deliveries are going really well. It's grow lamp, yes, it is. So we're going to get her a stool. let's just go ahead and get the oak, the matching oak stool, and we'll put it, we're actually going to put it right here. Even though she has the chair over here, if she wants to bring the chair over, she can, but we'll put the stool right there for her right now. Dun, 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 dun. So Lily now has a place upstairs where she can come and get some time to herself. And she has some things here. Do we want something on this table? Oh, she's got papers here. We'll leave it clear. And then down here, this is where she's sleeping. And we're okay with this bed. This is the original bed for this room. And the vanilla furniture. And in here, we're fine with the vanilla in this area. And this is her right here. Getting a dip in the magic water. This is Lily right here. And she is the druid who is the, I suppose, not really like a guard. She's more like a combination security and combination information. So when tourists come here, she's the one who tells them about this mystic site, about this piece inside. Wow. I heard a little sound from it when it first came up. And so she explains the history of those power nodules and how they pertain to not just the nation of Ta'ana, the mermaid nation, but to all nations. It's raining. And then this is into the shopping center, and there is a, who's here? Oh, there she is, Persephone. Oh, it's morning. So Persephone is the bookseller. She has the bookshop in the shopping center, and we saw her coming from here. She lives in this area. And then around the corner we have the rest of the shopping center. So there's Kylie, who is actually running the retail shop for mechanic shop, and Bear is running the workshop. And here we have Case running the retail shop and Sebastian running the workshop for the Fletcher, which we've never done anything with. Yes. And so and then the flower market right here, Oakley and Evelyn. I'm almost sure this is Evelyn. Yes, Evelyn and Oakley run the flower market. Evelyn is actually the planter who has fields, water fields upstairs. And then over here is Martha, who runs the glass shop, and Dax, who runs the workshop for the glass shop. So that's two of each of those people in this area. And then upstairs, we have two clothing stores, and we have the big restaurant, the big fancy restaurant that belongs to Messiah. And it's fancy because they can go upstairs and they're outside of the water. They're not underwater anymore. Hi, Khalid. This is them being able to see the rain and the snow from the surface. And this is one of the treats of this restaurant. So Khalid is coming up and going to have a meal. He's talking to Messiah. And down here is Abdullah. Abdullah has the bakery in the restaurant. And Abdullah is making apple pie, that looks like, in his hand. And so people come in and out, including visitors, and they get food. If they don't have time to eat here, then they wait here and get fast food. And the two clothing stores are upstairs here. This is I almost had her name. It's been a while. Dana Dana has the first store here, and Dana is actually she's actually counselor for the retail Fletchers. There's a Fletcher here. Beatrice has this clothing store right here. We haven't done anything with these two stores. You could do stuff forever. It is. I mean, I was talking about that at the beginning, that this is the first time that we've kind of had forever, because usually by the time we get to this stage, Minecolonies is moving on to a new mod update that makes it that we have to move with Minecolonies, but they're not doing that this time. This is 21, so we're still at 21, even though we're at 21.1, I think, and Minecraft is way ahead. But we're staying. We stayed with Lord of the Rings until it was clear that it wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to be upgraded enough to use a lot of the newer blocks that Minecraft had added, and so that's when we really started going to Minecolonies from Lord of the Rings. And so we're here and in the town hall, and so you see that everyone is pretty happy. As far as food is concerned, we don't have a whole lot of people walking around saying that they're hungry or things like that. And so now let's go to the let's see. Yeah, this is sort of a perfect time. Let's take this hallway, and we're going to go to the Trees Hotel and Travel Center. We're going to see if some things that we asked for Pitti Hamaalakut have been made, and if they have, we can pick those up and take those with us. So this is the monument corridor with the monument rail. It's one of the long corridors, and that's why it has rail. Everything else is delivered by submarine scrubs, the little tiny submarines. And this is June right here at the Trees Hotel.
Definitely not going to work during this kind of weather.
Ah, it's still raining. And let's come here and see if we got some of the stuff. Yay! Look what we got. We got wool. We'll take this wool back. We're taking back some seagrass for them, some mint, and some sea pickles. Now, this is things that we requested from the warehouse. We did not get the garlic yet. It's supposed to be delivered, but we didn't get it. And that's interesting. And we did not get the brick wall. So those things have not come in yet. We're going to have to get those next time. Or we can stop. Why don't we take a taxi why don't we take this taxi? This is the taxi stand at the Trees Hotel. We're going to get inside and go to the second makers area. That warehouse has food, and so we'll go there and see if there's some garlic. We really need to bring them back some garlic. So I'm going to get my map out here, and in case you haven't seen recently, so these are the balloons on the surface in purple, and these are the submarines, the little scrubs that belong to the warehouses, and then these are the taxis in green. Now we're at the Trees Hotel taxi, and we're going to the second makers taxi station. And there we are. So then we can come out here, and this is Steffi right here. Hi, Steffi.
I can't work during this terrible rain. I'll catch something.
Well, we don't want you to catch something because you're feeding people. Steffi owns the dining hall around the corner in the second makers area right here, and she's just taking a break in the taxi area.
I won't work during this terrible rain.
Where we made it very comfortable back here. But I just realized, I wonder if the restaurant's too far away. She's over here anyway. To put in, we were thinking about putting in decoration areas. See, she can come into this area, but they can't actually sit. Maybe they can. Look, there's a decoration piece back here. Hold on. They can sit here. Hold on. Let's look at this. Let's come here. I should have put these up. I know. I didn't. And, well, I'm here right now. Why don't I just put them in here? I'm taking these back to Pitti, and we're supposed to be looking for stuff for Pitti Hamaalakut, but let's just check this for a second. I'm going to shift. I'm going to, what do they call it? Crouch, and click on that, and sure enough, so we did do chairs in this area, so we can take the tool, the tag tool, and put it back in. And yay! So they can sit in this area. So let's continue for a minute. Vincentius Primus, everybody, but he's not awake. He's really not awake. He's going back to sleep. He's sleepwalking, essentially. All right, so we were just looking at Steffi. Let's come over here and let's, what time of day is it? It's almost time for them to get off. It's like 5:30, 5:40 in the afternoon. I'm going to sort the warehouse, and then let's come back here and let's see how much garlic there is. This is why we haven't gotten any yet. So we either don't have garlic because they're not keeping up, or there's some problem. So let me go back over, let's take this shortcut through here, and let's go back over to some fields that we know should have garlic and see what's going on for a moment. It might be that they're just not keeping up. These fields here, there's the garlic right here in these fields, and let's come here and look, and let's see how much is here. So there is a 64 here. I'm going to take it. I should request a pickup and figure out why in the world they're not picking up. So there's garlic here. We have one field of garlic, and let's see how much garlic is in storage, and there's only a 64. That's small. That's interesting. Okay, well, this is why we have more than one field. So we have garlic from this field. We have 2 garlic fields here. Now, this one is being transformed into a garlic field right now, and the one upstairs is also being transformed from a durum wheat field into a garlic field. We had 20,000 durum wheat, and so we decided that maybe we don't need any right now. Maybe we need more garlic instead. So we kept one wheat field, and we changed the other wheat fields in this area into this, and they just haven't had a chance to continue. This is enough garlic for now. I don't think Daniela is growing any garlic, but we'll check. Nola and Daniela are down here in this farm, and we'll just see. Oh yeah, there's garlic. There's another onion, and there's, wow, what's this here? This is onion, and there's a garlic field upstairs. So why do we not have any? Hold on, let's look at this one. And there's only one here. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to borrow one of these, and we'll take this with us. I don't think I need onions and cabbage. If I do, we'll come back for them another time. In the meantime, where is the nearest transportation? We could go to the town hall. We'll go past the, this is the main rail. This is the main corridor. And we're going to go to the town hall taxi, and we'll take it to the trees. And then we'll take the trees travel center. We'll use it and go to the border and to Pitti Hamaalakut, which is the resort. So here we are. So let's go to the trees. Look at this. So we're now in the taxi at the town hall, but we're going to go back to the trees. And here we are. This is the hotel here. Now let me check and see if they did bring any to here. And they did not yet, because we're super low. And so the priority is for the restaurants. And we're going through the entertainment areas of the hotel to get to the travel center, which is here. And there is Elaine.
It is a fine day.
Oh, good, Elaine. Elaine, I need a ticket.
You are so wise.
Oh, good. Thank you. So let's see. If it's not raining, we can leave tonight. And it is not only not raining, it is gorgeous. Look at this beautiful night. It's so beautiful. Okay, and so let's come through the waiting area. And let's get on the balloon. And we're going to take the balloon, here it is, to the Biome Border River Port first. So here we go. We're going to look at our booklet, and we're in the balloon, and we are at Arnaaluk right now, and we're going to the Biome Border River Port. And so here we are, and here we are. So we're landing at night, and you can see that the balloon is landing now, and we can see everything coming visible as the balloon lands. And then we get off over here. Now I think these garlic, I think we're going to put the garlic in the luggage compartment. And then we can come down here. Now this is just seating if people are waiting for a balloon, so that in case it rains, they're not sitting in the rain or the snow. They can sit here. And we should actually put in some sort of fire. Mr. Villager! Mr. Villager, hi. No, you're not. You're not at all. So here is the biome border. And we call it that because on one side is snow, and on the other side, snow and ice, and on the other side is the river. And we're going to take advantage of our status, and we are going to go down the stairs here, and we're going to go to the where the people who work, the employees' housing for this area right here. And here it is. This is the employees' housing for the border, and they have a nice little setup here, and we have a bed, so we're going to go to sleep right here. Look, Mr. Villager, it's Jelly and Zaf. Isn't that cool? It's so cool to have all of you. It really is. All right, it's morning. We can hear the dogs, the sled dogs. And so we're going to go out. It's morning, and some of the sled dogs have been let out into the yard. Those dogs are waiting to be a part of a sled. And we have a sled that's being loaded right now. The dogs, there needs to be 8 or 10 dogs attached to a sled, depending on how heavy it is. And so there's only 3, so there still needs to be like 6 more dogs on here. And there are plenty of dogs, plenty of the dogs. Down here, this is where new dogs, new puppies are staying until they get trained. And they want to go outside, but there they are. And this is food storage for the dogs in this area. And then here is the sled shop. And Zaf and Jelly, this sled shop, workshop, was designed by Mr. Villager. He actually designed it, which was pretty cool. And we put it in specifically to show that the sleds are being maintained here so this is a workshop where they bring them in if they need to and work on them, and then they use them again. Now this is another dog pen which hasn't been fixed for them yet, and so a place where they sleep, and I don't have an idea for that yet, and so that's why it hasn't been done. And then this is the border. This is the border, so you can see the ice on this side. Around that tree you can see water and food for the sled dogs in that area. You can see ice on this side, and this is why we have the sled dogs. They pull the sleds through on the river, and that is why we have them. But on the other side, we have riverboats, and this is a cargo riverboat being loaded right now. Here we have 2 cargo boats and 1 passenger boat, and the passenger boat is at Pitti. So we're going to take the balloon. We're not going to wait for the passenger boat to come back. You'll be right back. It's 5:42 where you are. Okay, in the evening. All right. In the afternoon. Yeah. And, okay. Zaf, it's nice to see you. And then, when the riverboat brings stuff in, it's unloaded, and if it's going to Arnaaluk, it's loaded here onto dog sleds. When that sled is ready, there's going to be a little attachment that goes on it, and that is what is going to be loaded right there, and we'll get that situated. And so now we're going to just go ahead and take the balloon to Pitti Hamaalakut, the resort, the Druid resort. You can actually see from here, you can see some smoke rising in those hills. That's actually the mountaintop that we're headed for. And let's come to here. Nope, don't need that. Need this. So we're on a balloon, and we're at the river port, and now we're going to the resort. And here we are. Dun, 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 dun. So the balloon is landing right now. You can see the land coming into view as the balloon comes down to the ground and gets onto the platform. And I think we are on the ground now. So we come down off of the balloon right here, and here we have a stash box. Now we have the garlic here. They open the door and we'll put it in. And then we have some other things in our backpack that we specifically brought for them. One of it is wool, mint for tea, seagrass, and sea pickles, yes. That's for their builds. We've got all sorts of things that we picked up. I'm just going to let them have these. Let's put this stuff here too. All this can go into there. And then we've got wheat. So let's come here and we're just going to add, oh, somebody came and got the garlic already. Okay. So we'll put all of these back in here. I know where those pieces came from. They came from the guard tower, but we can give them to them. Let's look again. We could put in some wheat here. They should. Hi, Deleza? I think it's Deleza. Let's come to here and yeah, there's room to put in the wheat. And there we are. Okay, so we've dropped off all of our things and now we're going to go up and see what everybody's doing. And by everybody, we actually mean the builders. And I think I want to start with Victor. So we're going to go over past the tavern area here. We're going to start with Victor. This is the tavern here. And we had already done to this tavern what we did to the tavern. We'd already put in furniture and things in each of these tavern rooms. And what's interesting is this. Look at this. That's a visitor sitting in a room. Hi, thank you for letting me show everyone your room that you are using. And what's fun is this room, especially when they sit in this room, they can be seen from the window sitting in this room, which is what I love. And so we'll close this one. And then we did that also with the extra rooms that we added onto the tavern using this urban birch residence. But instead of it being residence, it's actually 5 more hotel rooms right here. And there they are. And you can see them sitting in these rooms, which is so fun. I love it. Okay, we have a stash box here. I don't know whether I was supposed to give them all of the wheat, but we'll see. I think some of it was supposed to stay there. One of the warehouses, the second maker's warehouse, had too much wheat, and we were supposed to be spreading it out. Spread out. What? Hi. This is the chef sitting
Need
here.
something?
Yes, Milan. How are you? Milan is the working dining hall owner for the tavern. We added a dining hall in this area, and I think you might remember that we did that. And then, of course, downstairs is the comedy club. What are you doing? Why are you on the furniture? Madeline, what are you doing? Madeline is interesting. Madeline has a gift. She has a lot of mana and creativity. Hold on. Wait, do you have mana and creativity? Isn't that a teacher? Hold on a second. How interesting to see a teacher at this particular time. Let me come here. Let me get the Akasha records for a minute. And let me look and see. I need recent. So there is these people. You can open this. Put this down. Let's look for the Pitti Hamaalakut people. Open. And there they are. Okay. Oh, but I do need a skill set, don't I? Let's come here. Open recent. Do we have a skill set handy? We haven't opened it recently. So we'll come here and look for a skill set. There it is. Open that. A teacher. Let's look at mana. No, a teacher is not. Druids and enchanters and doctors have mana. Creativity and what is a teacher? Creativity and that's fascinating. I don't have, I can't find a teacher. There. It is knowledge and mana. It's knowledge, not creativity. Okay. After all that, so we'll just let her go for now. I thought it was mana, but it's not. So we have some visitors, and we were just looking to see if we wanted that specific visitor. Let's see what time it is here. It is 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the evening here. We're going to go down to the work that's being done at the river port. And so we're going to take the elevator down to the main stairwell down, which also has an elevator. And we can come all the way down to the river port level in the elevator. This is Lady Shatana's stairwell, which now has been, she's updated it to put in and has an elevator in the center of it, which is brilliant. And I'm really glad about that. This is Victor down here. Victor is working, and he is working by himself. And eventually, this is Uzziah and Elisha. Yes. Are the two gatehouse druids. They're actually archers. You can't have druids in a gatehouse, so they're archers. And then this is the port. Now we can see the riverboat, the passenger riverboat sitting here. And we're just going to look at what Victor's working on here, which is the new crane. And I'm just going to come in for a moment and see how he's doing. Is this finished? Nope, he's still upgrading this, so he's still waiting for some pieces. And then when he's done, he'll work on moving the crane. We have a crane there. He's going to work on moving that crane over so that it can reach the boats. So this is what Victor is working on. We can look here and see if it's going to show us. There's a visitor coming off of the boat. She's going to get a room at the tavern, and she's come to the resort. So she's going to go upstairs and get a room at the tavern. Still a barrel, still some bricks, still a bunch of things here that he's still waiting on. I haven't spent enough time here for those things to get done, which is why it's taking a little bit more time. We're going to take the stairs up. We're not going all the way up. We're going to the balloon platform at the Hive level of the stairwell. So we're coming up here, and here it is right here. So there is an entrance to the Hive, which is inside the mountain, and that's where the workers and the farms are. And we've put a platform here, and Troy is actually working on this balloon and bringing it up to the next level. So that means we need 2 couriers, and we have the ability to have them. The warehouse is a level 4. We're working on level 4 buildings right now, and when all the businesses are level 4, then we will start doing the housing. So far, that's what we're working on. Everything down here is a level 4, and this is where that balloon is bringing materials to that area. to this area here. So we saw what Victor was doing. Since we're here, we can see what Troy is doing. Troy is the builder in the Hive, and he is working on that courier. So let's look here for a second. Sound. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. There's always the fear of falling, and they're up above us, the older parents, and I heard a sound. But I don't hear anything that sounds like distress, so maybe it was just something. Green wool stairs. We'll check and see if Miles knows how to make those. So, yes, so this is the stress, is the fear of falling. So the pain and where that pain is located in the kidney area makes it that eating is not happening as much as it should, and so that makes a person weak. And so we have to just be careful about them falling. But I think everything's okay. I'm not hearing anything bad. Okay, so this is why we're here, to take care and to be. But in the meantime, you can't be worried all the time. So we have to hold on a second. That's my worried face. I think it's okay. All right. So we've come up. So we've seen Victor and we've seen Troy. We're going over to Brittany. We're cutting through the pasture, and we're going past the rabbit hutch to a gate right here. Now this gate is primarily to keep the cows from being on the walkways here. They're a little heavy for these walkways, and so we're keeping them there. Let's look at Brittany and see what she's working on. This one here. So remember when we put this in, we had to flip it. And that's why this is facing the wrong way. When this building is a level 5, what we will do is change this area to take advantage of the fact that this is in the center of the floor. So we'll probably expand it back to the wall area here so that she can walk around this and be in the front. We can't move that rack or we'll lose it. So if we're not moving the hut block or the rack, we're just going to move these parts and put them in a different location so that she can walk around to the other side of the desk there. So she is working on the fishery still. And let me see if she is. Yes. So she's still waiting for some pieces, and but she has everything. Yay! Okay, so she got the shingle pieces that she needed from Leia and from Azaria. They are both, Leia's the carpenter, Azaria is the stonemason, and those things have been delivered to her. So she is going to finish working on in the styles. That's Brittany right there. In the styles would be the level 4 fishery, and that is Aubriel. Aubriel? I'm going to look. I think it's Aubriel. But we're using the fishery as a grotto, and she's just maintaining the grotto. She's waiting for that rail is going to be added in a little bit. And because she's working on it, it's dark right now in the back. It's such a beautiful grotto that we found. And people, tourists, can come here and see the grotto and the use of it, the way it was used historically. And there's a balloon attached to the grotto as well. So if a person wants, they can actually come out and see where the water goes to, and actually see that the water goes down to this river right here. And this is the river that, if we took the river boat, would go right by this resort on the mountaintop. And so that is what we have right here, and that's what Brittany is working on. She has everything, so she's going to continue as soon as she gets breakfast. This is Leia down here underneath the tree farmer's balloon. Tree farmer has a balloon because in this area we have firefighters, and so it works best to have the tree farmer in a balloon so he can also help the firefighters look for fire in these areas. This is Aaron's mine right there. And yeah, the cows are not really fenced in. There's fence on this side to keep the cows off of the walkways in this area. Other than that, they are free to go up and down the mountain if they want. They're staying here of their own free will. And one of the reasons they're staying here of their own free will is that they get fed a wonderful wheat, a wonderful, beautiful, sweet wheat that they love. And so because they do, they stay here and raise their little calves and the like. Every once in a while we have one single pig and we have a pig again, and there is a wolf, a wild wolf. Originally it was Sheila, and now it's Sheila's pup Hercules, who comes back and forth from down the hill to get food. When food is scarce down in the valley, they know that they can get fed up here by Macy. This is Macy right here, and Mackenzie, and they don't mind Hercules or Sheila when she was here, because that helps them manage the cows that we have. So we just looked at 3 of the builders, and now we're going to look at the last 2 who are up in the trees. So we're going to come down here. We're going to come down to this part of the mountain top, where we can come up and go into the visitor area. We have the town hall right here. We have people enjoying the heat. It's cold here. This mountaintop's actually pretty chilly. There's only one time of the year for about 2 months where it's actually warm, and all the other times it is very cold. And so everyone is dressed in Nordic wear because of that. And let's go through the farmers to the farmers market right here. This is the entrance for the farmers market, and we have a new building going, and there it is. This is being worked on right now. We're going to have a little pottery shop vendor right here, not booth, is probably closer than a shop. This is the bakery in the farmers market, and then we have the flowers and produce here, and a little clothing store. This is actually a keno, and then Miles is over here, and he's the Fletcher. And I wanted to check something for Miles. Let's look at his recipes, and sure enough, there is a green. Let's teach that. And I'm going to teach this again. I think I taught it. See, he's making green chairs now. Green stairs, I should say. So he just made them just now. So yay!
Oh, what a great
And
quality
Morgan
Alberta.
just came to work. And then Watson is over here. Watson, are you here? And I want to see something while we're thinking about it about Watson. Watson is now a level 4. And we want to add some more foods. He can pretty much make everything. I think he can make everything. We just have to determine. No, that's not everything. So right now he's making pasta. He's making ravioli and quiches, and he's making fried rice. Are we getting any rice yet? Oh. He can make, right now he's making yogurt. Yes, you are. I see that, Watson. You're making yogurt. So he can make the eggplant dolma, but we don't have anyone serving that yet. So we might want to check, and there's a steak dinner. So we might want to check with Romina. Let's go to Romina's restaurant. Look at how pretty. This is a visitor right here in beautiful Nordic wear. Let's see what Romina is serving. We don't have any level 4 housing. So even though she has these foods, and she is serving one of the gold foods, and she is serving several of the silver foods, and then she has the bronze foods down below, because we still have people at all these different levels. And everyone seems to be okay. I don't see anyone being upset. She does have some pies, apple pies. She's serving mostly ravioli here. And that's probably what most of the people want because they're at the bronze level as far as housing is concerned. And that's what's going on. Hi.
So what will it be for you?
Macy, are you stuck? No, she's not. Okay. And so Romina's the main restaurant, and people are getting fed. We were on our way to Cade. Cade and Leandro are in the trees. And this is Cade here. On this side of the... He's on the west side of the mountaintop.
What can I do for you?
Cade is working. He's waiting for those azalea tree slabs to come in. And he is working on the hospital. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So let's walk across. We'll come down in the university. We'll use the university elevator to come down. This is housing in the university area. And this is dorms. This is a dormitory here. And we have the dormitory here. And he was working on this university, but then we stopped because he needed to work on. It was more important that he work on the other things while materials were being gathered. There was a problem with one of the materials that we couldn't get it. But I'm going to actually assign Cade to upgrade this. And let's look. He should only have just these two things to do. The hospital and the university. And let's see how close the hospital is to being finished. And I'm going to take some water for a second. I said water, but it's actually juice. And he just needs, he has 87% of what he needs. Women get food from the trash to feed themselves. Things are going insane. Ooh, that was on your news? Mr. Villager, that's not good. I know. That's very sad. There are many countries now where that shouldn't be starving, but they are. And this is why we have this example just passing through. Yeah, we have this example of a location. Look here. We're not ready. We would have to do, we would have to have at least a level 4, so that kids aren't handicapped. Knowledge and mana, and there it is. So we will see. I was just a little bit ahead of the alarm. A king? Do you have someone who thinks that they want to be king? Yeah, so do we. So we came down the elevator at the far end of the university, and that puts us in this area. There is the beehive, the apiary in this tree, and the farmer's market. We're going past the retail shop. This is a retail mechanic shop which Jed is running, and we're going past the tavern once again, but this time we're going through the honored grave, and we're coming to this elevator right here, which goes up on the east side to the east side trees. And there's a person. Who's this? Is this
It's a fine afternoon.
Nomi? Hi, Nomi. Nomi is a firefighter. And this is Leandro right here. And Leandro is working on nothing? That's not finished. I wonder what happened. Hold on a second. He has some things that he can't use. We'll take them away. And then everything else can be picked up. Request to pick up. He was supposed to be building us a farmer's market pottery shop, and something happened to him. I might have stopped him to work on this. That looks like a level 4. And it is. that's what happened. He got stopped to work on the level 4 firefighters right here. And we need to bring the firefighter back to here. So we're going to do this. This is special because I only have druids, and even the archers are druids. And so in order to have single druids at a guard tower, we have to make it into a barracks. So we're going to come here. Now they build it, and I just go ahead and take this piece out and put in the tower piece. So let's go to underwater. Here we go. We'll select this, and let's go to military, and let's get a barracks tower, and there it is. And we want a level 4 now. This is up to a level 4, and we are constructing it. And there we have it. And then let's make that go away. So one of the kids, one of the firefighters, is up here. 2 of them are sharing this right here, sharing this station. So Nomi or Anika can go back to where they need to be. So we're going to have Nomi go back to that other one. And in actuality, we could have Anika come over here as well. Why don't we have both of them come over? And that way this druid station can be updated. So let's get Anika also. And there we go. And then we'll change this right here. No, I don't need that. Let's put that back. Change this. Whoops. They had personal belongings. Oops. Did I lose some of their personal belongings? Where did that go? That fell down there. Let me get their personal belongings. I'll have to put them back. So let's make this into the cliff style, level 3. That is going to be brought up to a level 4. So cliff. No, not here. Here. Cliff, military, barracks, nope, guard tower, and this is one of the guard towers here. Nope, wrong one. Switch, cliffs. Did I not switch? Oh, I know what happened. It wasn't in the location where it should have been. Guard tower. This balloon is a guard tower balloon. Level, turn it so that it's facing the right way. Oh, wrong kind. I see what the problem is. Okay, let's go back to where I just set that down there. Wrong type. We need a balloon. It's like, what's going on here? Level 3. Okay. So this is only a level 3. And so now it's constructed. Okay. I know it's ridiculous, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it like this. So now let us take this and X. And this means that the builder can take this level 3 and bring it up to a level 4. And then afterwards, the level 4, after it's a level 4, so see that's a level 3. When it's a level 4 like this one, then we'll put the druid station back. So now the 2 firefighters can come here, druids, and it's Anika and Nomi, and they can run out of this druid station, this druid firefighter's balloon, until that balloon is fixed. This is something that Cade is going to work on when he gets the university and the library done. And what Cade was working on for the university, why he wasn't working on it, was he needed a lot of concrete. And we were waiting on to bring that concrete to him. And from Arnaaluk, we do not have a concrete mixer here. They are dependent for some things on Arnaaluk. Let's go down to where we were putting in the pottery shop and see what happened. I think we needed a whole bunch of different color terracotta, and that stopped us. I know, that's right, we did stop it. What we said we were going to do was wait until we actually had a smeltery on the waterfront, on the riverfront, for making pottery. In the first colonists wave, just a second. I haven't been paying attention. Sorry about that. Oh, you're explaining. Yes. Should ask two. Ask two. What are you asking? Hold on a second. I missed a whole part of this conversation here. Hold on a minute. What am I looking at? Yes. You were definitely welcome here. In your profile message on Discord, I'll have to see. So Mr. Villager is saying secretly, but in actuality, Mr. Villager has had requested from the town council in Arnaaluk that his people be allowed to come and live and work there. And the council, the Arnaaluk City Council, reviewed it, and that means all the councilors from all the different work positions and stuff talked it over and said that they didn't see any harm to that, and that they were fine accepting some of Mr. Villager's people. Now, when Mr. Villager's people arrived, they arrived with 2 golems and some cats, which was unexpected, but was fine. It's what made them feel secure. And once they realized that they didn't need to be concerned about creepers and things like that, I mean, they're coming from villages on the land, so these are things that they have to look out for all the time. And so once they realized that they didn't, some of the ones who went back, the new people who came in, didn't necessarily bring cats with them. Every once in a while someone brings a cat, but the golems remained. So there are 2 golems, permanent golems, in the area where the villagers, Mr. Villager's people, who are villagers living in the Minecolonies city of Arnaaluk, where they live. Now here we don't have in the first colonists wave. Can you join? You mean here in the resort? Are you talking about the resort? Because I don't have anyone coming here yet. I think so. I'll have to see when the time comes for this area. I'll have to see because of the size of it and what will happen with them. Because one of the things here is that villagers like to go up to the top of things, And so they would end up in the trees, in the tops of these trees, living somewhere. And right now, housing-wise, I don't have a location for them. And I would have to plan something for them to be able to come here. This is actually kind of a Disneyland, and what I would be planning is not a place for them to live, but a place for them like the others, a hotel that they would use, or they can use the hotel. And how would I do that? And would they be happy just being here and not working? Because that's pretty much what would happen here. They wouldn't be working here. This would just be a place to visit. An official presence. Because it wouldn't be Minecraft without villagers, right? Without a doubt. So I have places, and I would have to see. We could try an experiment. That would be interesting. And that is have a few villagers come over on a ship. Have them start out on the ship here and see where they end up. That would be kind of fun to do. You only talk with the cold mountain? Yeah. Welcome back, Zaf. And yeah. So the mountain, so we have a lot of tree places in this area, but we do have some ground places that are on the ground. And for instance, if Zaf wanted to come here and stay for a while, he would have a place in the tavern, and we have all of these rooms here. So no one's in this room right now. Look, it's a purple room. I must have had you in mind, Zaf. This room is actually one of the hotel rooms. And it has the chorus fruit flower. It has a really nice view and lots of sky. And this is really pretty, this one. And then going down, we have more places here. Now these rooms are bigger than the ones upstairs, and that's the reason why we put this in, so that there would be some bigger rooms for the people to be in. So you know that Urban Birch only has one bed per these rooms, but we added the extra bed to make them look luxurious in this section. And they have beautiful views out the windows, and they have a little area for them to have food, because this is a hotel. And all the way down. Oops, knock knock. Hello, I just wanted to show off your room for a minute. So there's someone in this room, and she's sitting at the desk and enjoying her room. She's watching something on TV, so we'll leave her. And then the last room at the bottom here, and here we go, is this room right here. And this is probably the largest of the rooms. The little area and the closets. And oh, hi. And so yeah. So the druids, when they're off duty, they come here, or they go to their own tavern where they have housing. And we prefer them to go to their own tavern and leave this housing for tourists, and that would be the best. So look at that. Ooh, there's someone in your room. Charlotte. And Odlington. Oh, Charlotte has people in Arnaaluk. Oh, it would be nice to have an Odlington here. What does she want? Hello, you. And she only wants hand pies. I think we can do that. let's have Charlotte join. Let's go, actually, let's recruit her. And there she is. So Charlotte, uh-oh, something just got done. Hold on. Yay, Troy! Troy finished the courier hut. And that is excellent. Let's get Charlotte to go through orientation. So we're going to assign her very quickly to the university. So we're running over to the university so that she can get orientation at the library in the university. So let's come up here. Troy finished working on the courier that he was working on. So we'll have to see about it. We're going to have him bring it up to the full level that he can bring it up to, which is a level 4. Let's go upstairs to the library and get Charlotte assigned here. And there we go. And let's come to the book, the Akasha records for a minute. And we have Queen and we have Charlotte. Queen was getting orientation as well. And Queen is actually still studying. I think Queen, something happened and we rescued Queen because, she was a kid and we rescued her. And Ezra was wanting to rescue her. She asked for asylum. And now we'll get Charlotte also here. And I'm going to put her name on the list for a second. So Laura, the doctor in Arnaaluk, is related to Charlotte, and she's going to be in orientation right now. And so we need to find her a place in the dorm for her to be. So we're going to come over. Let me take this down for a second. Now that we have her name there. And let's come to, let's see if we have enough room in this dorm for Charlotte to join Ezra and Queen. Yes. So Charlotte is going to be assigned to this dormitory. I don't think I have any men in the university is being worked on, and so some of the walkways have been blocked so that the construction, while construction is going on. Miles is here, and Miles is staying here. We don't have any university males in the dorm. The only person that I think we have still, I don't think we do. Yeah, Brindley. Brindley's the dean, so we have not a lot of people here. Most days you're talking to your own cold desert. Yeah. 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 That's what we need. We need some place like this where we can go and live the peaceful life. Indeed. And so this is as close as I can get. Aside from work that I do, activist work that I do, but other than that, this is where we're at. This is my sort of ideal about how I would like things to be, and this is why we have the sanctuary for druids. The military in most cities, they work their entire lives, and because they don't live in housing, they don't have families, so that pretty much makes them like monks. And so For those who it wasn't their choice to fight for the rest of their lives, they are automatically conscribed in most cities to fight. This became the idea. Ships sunk, and mermaids rescue the people from sinking ships, and so rescued the druids, and they did not want to return. They wanted to go someplace, and they asked for asylum. And so when people ask for asylum of the mermaids, we set up a location for them to actually be, to build their own city. We give them some resources in the beginning, and then they get to the point where they're self-sufficient and they have a purpose. So in this situation, this is actually a sanctuary for druids. And because it's underwater, they made botanical gardens underwater, but they longed to be under the sky, under the stars, under the trees. And so we negotiated with the nation of Tana, the mermaid nation, which is a mob nation, negotiated with the skeleton nation to have this mountaintop. And the skeletons didn't want this mountaintop anymore after the tsunami that almost wiped them out, when there was an earthquake that caused the glacial oceans to rise and ice to come onto the shorelines. And so a lot of the skeletons returned to underground locations. We still have some castles in the area, as we've seen on the map. And so they didn't want this mountaintop, and they were fine with the people taking over the mountaintop. And that is the deep story of what I do here. And the druids who started out, so that's why we look for druids. The reason it was druids and not just all military was because druids were actually dying more than archers and knights when we first started building the sanctuary. And Minecolonies actually changed that. They began to see that they were dying more, and they made it that druids could not be hired in a regular city unless they're part of a barracks. They have to be a barracks member in order to be hired. So, which was almost a problem for us, but then we realized that we would just have to use the powers of the nation of Tana, the mermaid nation, to make it possible to make this druid sanctuary still be a sanctuary for druids. And we have these towers, and they have the barracks tower piece in them so that they can use them. And now I think we've looked at everybody. How close are we? Wow, we are here. We are here. Let's look and see what there is. Hold on for a second. I don't see a notification yet. I don't see a notification. That would be interesting if our daylight savings made it that I'm not going to, oops, sorry for that noise, means that I'm not going to overlap Minecolonies streaming on Twitch, which starts at 12:15, I think Eastern Daylight Time, and I'm Central Time, so it would have started at 11:15, but I'm not showing them starting unless I didn't get the notification for it. You can go and look for a second and see if they started. Let's make sure there's no sound. And let's go to here and see. And I can't see right at the moment. Yeah, they haven't started yet. Interesting. Okay. So it could be that our daylight savings time doesn't match with Europe yet, and which is like, yay. All right. So now that we've seen what all the builders are doing, and we saw that Troy is done with the courier balloon that he was putting in down here. And this is now level 2 courier balloon. And we're going to have Troy continue to work on it. We don't want Troy working on housing. He's finished all his projects in the Hive, so he's actually helping Victor with these builds on the surface here. And since this is very important to Troy's people in the Hive area, he is helping Victor get this part of it done. And then down here, where Victor's working on this building, which connects to, which will have these balloons go back and forth. This balloon here and the balloon up there are going to go back and forth between this platform, delivering materials. And Miss Jelly, mermaids haven't given up on us as a colony. They help when they can. They also are willing to take the refugees we send who have put forth the effort and are mentally exhausted to keep going. Yeah, that is what we do. And you have a room at the hotel? Good. But you have your area. Okay, cool. Cool. I like that. This is such a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous place. And Jelly, if you want a place, if you want a room at the hotel, let me know, and I can fix one especially, or I can assign a room, and that will be nice. So we have those big rooms, the big rooms, and then we have little tiny rooms too. We have these little teeny rooms right here, which have a beautiful view. And it's good. So let's continue for just a second. Let's go back to Troy. Troy's underground. And I don't think we need to check on him. Let's check on Brittany. Brittany hardly had anything left, and she should be done, but she's not. And so that means she's not getting something that she needs. So let's see what it is that Brittany needs to finish. There's one of the druids going by there. And sure enough, she's waiting here. What are you waiting for?
So what will it be for you?
For drip leaf. Now I know there's drip leaf here. So let me look for a second. I will work on it. Let's do that for a minute and let's see what else. It's saying she needs drip leaf, but there is drip leaf.
Good to see
I'm going
you.
to get her to ask for it again. She has small drip leaf and she needs big drip leaf.
Good day to
and
you.
I know there is big there. Let's cancel and let her ask for it again. Bless you. Meanwhile, what time of the day is it? It's 11 o'clock. She's having their time, and she's having breakfast or as lunch. You have your apartment you were sharing with Olaf and someone, although you think they got engaged. No, actually, they didn't. You were sharing with Onyx. Onyx is the fisher, and as a matter of fact, Onyx was letting someone stay there because there wasn't enough housing, but that person has moved into their own house now, and Onyx is still living there waiting for you, keeping it all nice and warm and cozy for you. So in the underwater city, Onyx is still living there. Your place is still there. Zaf's place is still there. I think someone's living. Zaf has subletted his place. I'd have to go back and look and see if you don't want it subletted, Zaf. We can find new housing for them. There's more housing has been added just recently, and that will allow for your houses to be safe. Mr. Villager has a house there also. So everyone does. Olaf was the snow creatures that are living in the little you have a little snow creature zoo in your apartment on the second floor, where you have snowmen, snow golems, and one of the snow golems is Olaf. And Onyx is the fisher who needed a place, and he moved in with you. And Evelyn and Onyx were living there together, but they were not a couple. Onyx was sleeping in one bed and Evelyn was sleeping in another, so Onyx is still holding a torch for you. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. And let's come here. And I'm not really doing anything, am I? Troy is now working on that. We got her to re-ask for the drip leaf that she needs. We can go up to the warehouse and see if there is some drip leaf in here, because we have a couple people who probably needed it. So let's come up here and see. No, not there. Let's come to here. Let's sort the warehouse and let's look for drip leaf. Look at that. We don't have any. Well, no wonder she hasn't gotten it yet. I brought some. It's been used. I didn't bring enough. I did bring some drip leaf, so that means it wasn't enough. And so our Camille is not in a position to grow drip leaf in her shop yet. And so we'll have to check and see if get it from Arnaaluk, where we have 4 botanists, and they can grow different. They can grow much more. They're all level 5, so they can grow more things. And so we'll have to get that. Everything else is here. Now, should I stop her then? Because she's just waiting for that drip leaf to come in to finish. Should I have her work on something else? And the question is, what would she work on? I think she has another piece that she's working on. Hold on. That she's supposed to start working on. Let's look here and see. Yes, she has the other guard tower. So we're going to cancel her working on the fishery for right now because of the drip leaf, that it has to be ordered. And she's going to go out now and check this guard tower. This is a firefighter's tower here. And it is a level 3, and she's going to bring it up to the level 4. And there it is. So she's going to come out and look at it, and then she's going to order. Here she comes. And then she's going to order the materials that she needs to work on it. And there she goes. Okay, so that takes care of her. Let's go back to Cade and see if Cade is still waiting on those azalea pieces. Now we did have, before I go back, we did have azalea leaves that we brought in from Arnaaluk, specifically from the botanist there, to make those slabs. And let's look. And so we do. We have flowering azalea. And let's look and see what he wanted. Let's get the clipboard for a second. Hi,
You are so wise, my friend.
Corbin. It's nice to see you. Corbin's one of our 6 couriers. And where do I need to go? Where do I need to go to look for this? I've lost track. Ah, yes, I know what I need. Here we go. I'm going to look at this. And it should be here. So it says azalea. Ah. So that's the problem. We got flowering azalea instead of azalea. We have to go back and get those things. And the brick. Now we should have enough brick here for a brick wall. This is just brick. Let's come here for a moment and look at for brick. And see. So we have brick and we have bricks. We have enough bricks for brick walls to be being made. It's possible that there might be a thing where Miles doesn't know which kind of wall, which kind of brick wall we want. So let's go over to Miles. Miles has a booth in the farmer's market. And let's come here and let's look. Now down here, we should have brick wall as a part of this. So let's teach brick wall. Wait. No. Not, it's made out of brick. I was thinking of the azalea. And I don't, since I'm here, hold on for a second. Let's teach, let's look. Yeah, sure enough. So it's supposed to be made out of azalea leaves. So we'll make sure that he knows how to make that. All right, let's go now to Azaria down in the inside the Hive area. And I'm going to take a quick way. I'm going to use my magic and come down here. That is a visitor. But we're just going to come to this location and this doorway. Everyone's asleep. Yay! I don't think we were getting that in Arnaaluk. I'll have to check and see what's causing not everyone to be asleep there. All right. So let's look here. I saw a place where there's brick. This is nether brick. Let's come back up to here. And this is brick extra. This is brick. And we have everything but a wall. Teach recipe. So let's teach brick. And I think that's how it got left off. And that's why they haven't gotten it yet, is that there wasn't a recipe for it. Okay, so now Azaria knows how to make that, and that'll be fine. Let's see if there's something that Claire needs to know for these. Teach here. Nope, she knows she's good. She's the mechanic. She's at the industrial mechanic. We have a retail mechanic, Jed, who's living up above as part of the farmer's market. And there's Riley. Riley's one of the peace druids here. And there is Anika. And we know that Anika is a firefighter. Now I can hear the Hercules. Let's see if I can find him. And there is Hercules. What happened here? Why can't you get up? Did you fall down? And now you can't get up? I thought we made it so that you could get up here. Hercules? Are you going to take that way up? Yeah, you are. Hercules wants to go this way, and this is the problem, when in fact he can simply go the other way. I don't think there's anything I can do about the fact that Hercules wants to go this way. Except to put something here so he can go this way, but I don't want the couriers going this way. I definitely do not. I wonder if he'll go across here if this doesn't have, if that is dirt instead of, and if not, I'm just going to get a lead. And we'll just have to keep track when we hear him barking. We'll have to, I have a bunch of them right here, so I'll take one from here. And we're just going to walk him down this hill. He's wild, so he is not somebody's pet. And he wants to come in as a wild creature. He wants to come in at that location. So we'll just walk him over here. Is it Hercules? Absolutely, it's Hercules. It absolutely is. So you can see he's not wearing a collar. And we're going to bring him over to the water. He's probably thirsty. And we'll let him go. And there he is. So I just have to check every once in a while and make sure he's not stuck in that location. I thought I had fixed it so that he could get out on his own, but that's not happening. So we'll just leave this for now. Okay. All right, and our time is drawing to a close. I'm going to put the lead back in here for now. It's here. And we're still working. Wait, where did I get tomatoes from? Hold on. I must have picked up the tomato in the field. I know where the pizza came from. Oh, no. These were things that belonged to the other building. That's right. Yeah, including... Nah, that slice of pizza is from Arnaaluk. Hold on. But the other things were in the druid, where the druids were. Remember when I said, oh, there's stuff. So I'm going to put it in the warehouse stash, and it can be returned to them. Their bowls and their things like that. So we'll put it right here. And that way, the couriers will make sure that they get their stuff back. That's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. And so now, in order for everyone to continue, we would need to go back to Arnaaluk and get the materials that are needed from there. That will help the azalea and so on. Can Marvin do azaleas? Maybe he can. Maybe that's true. Maybe he can. This is a level 4 Shire Additions Town Hall that we're standing in right now for the end. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm just going to remind everybody again that tomorrow night, which is March 9th, 2026, I've been invited to join a podcast chat with Desiree and Iridescent Rose, and they are doing it simulcasting from Twitch. It is a Twitch podcast, but Big Frog Records on YouTube is also going to have the chat at the same time, and it's going to be fun. So if you want to know some more stuff about me, some stuff about the person behind the monster and the mermaid, you can watch that tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Zaf. Afgaristo Zaf. Afgaristo. Thank you for being here. And Jelly Bean, thank you very much for being here. Mr. Villager, thank you for being here. Do you want to hear the Portuguese? I've forgotten. How could I forget? I've forgotten. I have forgotten. I could say merci. Poor Mr. Villager. I'm sorry. I promise to know next time. I promise to know what it is. All right. Thank you for being in chat, guys. Enjoy your games. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. Thank you to all the people who watch. And here we go. We've been listening to, besides that white noise sound from the heater, we've also been listening to Vincentius Primus's Adrift piece. And now we're going to listen to him play the guitar. So, bye for now, everyone. Bye for now.